Welcome to today's global news update. In a rapidly changing world, staying informed matters more than ever. As it is written in Matthew 24 verses 6 and 33 and Luke 21 verse 36. Stay informed, stay watchful, pray always, and be ready. Let's take a look at today's global news. Canada simplifies co-op work permit rules for international students. Canada to increase permanent residence fees at end of April. Canada launches new Quebec work permit policy for PR candidates. ICE detention of Army Sergeant Tayero's wife draws national attention. US TPS debate intensifies as economic impact comes into focus. US House passes bill to protect Haitians from deportation. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada recently issued a notice on simplifying the co-op work permit requirement for post-secondary international students. This signals a practical shift toward reducing administrative barriers for students whose academic programs include work placements. For many international students, co-op terms are an important part of building Canadian work experience and connecting education to employment. Simplifying this process could reduce delays and make study-to-work transitions smoother. The change also reflects Canada's ongoing effort to balance international education, labor market participation, and program efficiency. Students and schools will likely watch closely for implementation details and any updated guidance from IRCC. IRCC has posted a notice confirming that permanent residence fees are increasing on April 30, 2026. This is one of several administrative updates affecting applicants this spring. Fee changes can affect families, workers, and applicants already planning their immigration timelines. Even when the policy itself does not change eligibility, higher costs can influence when people submit applications and how they prepare financially. The increase also fits into a wider effort by the government to update older fee structures across immigration and citizenship services. Applicants will need to review the latest official fee schedule carefully before filing. A federal public policy dated April 21, 2026, was posted by IRCC to facilitate work permits for prospective permanent residence candidates in Quebec. The measure appears aimed at helping certain applicants maintain lawful work status while their long-term immigration pathway develops. This type of policy can be especially important for people already contributing to the labor market but waiting on permanent residence-related steps. It may reduce uncertainty for workers and employers alike. The announcement also highlights how Canada sometimes uses temporary public policies to respond to practical needs in immigration processing. Quebec's distinct immigration framework makes such policy updates especially significant for applicants in that province. Current reporting says the wife of a U.S. Army sergeant was detained at an immigration facility in Texas during a routine immigration appointment while seeking permanent residency. The case has become a symbol of how stricter enforcement is being felt even by families with military ties. Stories like this often gain national attention because they raise questions about fairness, discretion, and the balance between immigration enforcement and humanitarian considerations. In this case, the Familia's military connection has intensified the public reaction. The incident also reflects a broader trend in U.S. immigration news this week, where individual enforcement cases are shaping the national conversation as much as legislation and court battles. Fresh reporting this week highlights the economic and legal stakes surrounding temporary protected status in the United States. According to a new report cited in current coverage, TPS holders contribute about $29 billion annually to the U.S. economy, while court and policy fights continue over the future of protections for large groups of migrants. The issue has become a major flashpoint because TPS affects the ability of people from designated countries to live and work legally in the U.S. Any rollback or court-driven change could have consequences for families, employers, and local communities. With Supreme Court arguments approaching and political attention increasing, this story remains one of the most important immigration developments in the U.S. right now. It combines humanitarian concerns, workforce impact, and national policy direction. On April 16, 2026, the U.S. House passed a bill to extend temporary protected status protections for roughly 350,000 Haitians for 3 years. The vote marked a notable moment in the broader immigration debate, especially because it represented bipartisan support in the House. The proposal reflects growing concern about conditions in Haiti and the practical realities facing long-term residents in the United States. Supporters argue the policy is both humane and economically sensible, while opponents continue to raise broader immigration enforcement concerns. The Bill's future remains uncertain because additional legislative and legal steps still matter. Even so, the House vote makes this one of the week's most closely watched U.S. immigration stories.